Golden FM 97.5.
Good morning and thank you for joining us on the Golden Sunrise National and World News. In the headlines, President Tinubu charges newly decorated service chiefs to tackle security threats. Federal government reaffirms commitment to brass gas projects in Bayelsa. Kefisa HCDT in Bayelsa declares 15 billion naira at maiden AGM. Public Affairs analyst demands due process in Senator Erojapo's impeachment saga. On the foreign scene, 2 French police officers suspended after alleged rape. Details coming up shortly. Many thanks once again for joining us on the Golden Sunrise National and World News. I am Moye Steven. Now, the details. President Bola Tinubu has charged the newly decorated service chiefs to take decisive action against emerging security threats. Speaking at the council chamber of the State House in Abuja, where the 4 service chiefs were decorated with their new ranks, the president said their appointment marks the beginning of renewed efforts to ensure peace and security for all Nigerians. President Tinubu emphasized that the ceremony was not just a formality, but a call to duty, stressing that security remains a vital foundation without which every other national effort becomes meaningless. He urged the service chiefs to share information effectively, act proactively, and uphold patriotism and discipline while safeguarding Nigeria's sovereignty. The federal government has reiterated its commitment to completing the multi-billion-dollar brass gas projects in Bayelsa State to boost Nigeria's industrial growth through effective use of natural gas. Honorable Ekperipe Ekpo, Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Gas, gave the assurance at the 2-day stakeholders workshop on the projects held in Abuja. A statement signed by Mr. Louis Iba, the minister's spokesman, said the initiative aligns with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, which aims to make natural gas a key driver of the country's energy transition and economic diversification. The Brass Methanol project, located on Brass Island, was conceived over a decade ago, is a $3.6 billion gas monetization and industrialization initiative signed to convert Nigeria's abundant natural gas into methanol and other petrochemical products. Mrs. Abike Dabiri-Erewa, chairperson of the Nigerians in the Diaspora Commission, NITCOM, has raised concern over the growing cases of human trafficking among educated youths and professionals in Nigeria. Speaking at a sensitization program organized by the Lagos State government in collaboration with federal agencies, Mrs. Dabiri-Erewa warned that traffickers often exploit people's desperation for a better life abroad. She urged young Nigerians to believe in the country's potential and take advantage of opportunities at home rather than risk their lives through unsafe migration. The initiative brought together officials from the Nigerian Immigration Service, NAPTIP, NITCOM, and the National Orientation Agency to strengthen efforts against human trafficking and illegal migration. The entire Enugu State caucus in the House of Representatives has officially defected to the ruling All Progressives Congress APC. Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, the Speaker of the House, announced the defection on Thursday after reading letters of resignation from the lawmakers who left the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and the Labour Party. The event was witnessed by Governor Peter Mba. The lawmakers said they left their former parties over what they described as unresolved internal crisis threatening the opposition's stability. In a related development, Honorable Daniel Asama, who represents Basa, Jos North Federal Constituency, also defected from the Labour Party to the APC. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) says 8 political associations have successfully completed the first stage of registration to become political parties. 6 other associations, however, failed to scale through the screening process. Mr. Sam Olumekun, INEC's National Commissioner for Information and Voter Education, confirmed this in a statement issued after the Commission's meeting held on Thursday. The Edo State Police Command says 13 suspects have been arrested in connection with the crisis that followed the killing of a 23-year-old man, Chigozie Ifeonu, in Ogage community along Upper Siluko Road in Benin City. Police said the unrest began after the young man was allegedly stabbed during a dispute over a failed transaction, sparking violent protests by angry youths who took to the streets without dangerous weapons. Ms. Eno Ikoedem, deputy police spokesperson, in a statement said the victim was taken to the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, where he was confirmed dead. Mr. Mande Agbonika, Commissioner of Police in the state, has condoled with the family of the deceased and assured residents that justice will be served while maintaining peace and order in the state. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited is seeking partners to help revive the Port Harcourt, Warri, and Kaduna refineries. The refineries are not in operation, despite the government having spent billions of dollars on their rehabilitation. Engineer Bayo Ojulari, Group Chief Executive Officer of the NNPCL, revealed this on X on Thursday. Engineer Ojulari says the move is to ensure the refineries operate effectively. Mr. Mele Kyari, former GCEO of NNPCL, has secured external partnerships worth $2.5 billion in contracts to rehabilitate the refineries. The Kefese Host Community Development Trust, Kefese HCDT, in Bayelsa on Thursday announced revenue of 15.259 billion naira for the 2024 fiscal year at its annual general meeting AGM in Yenagoa. The Kefese HCDT is funded by Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited, First Exploration Petroleum Development Company joint venture. Kefese is an acronym for Oil-Bearing Communities in Brass and Southern Ijaw local government areas in Bayelsa, who are host communities to First E&P operators of oil mining leases, OMLs 83 and 85, off the Atlantic coastline. Speaking at the inaugural AGM, Engineer Bayo Ojulari, Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPCL, described the Kefese HCDT as the cornerstone of a shared vision and a platform that ensures development is community-led, participatory, and sustainable. Engineer Ojulari, who was represented by Mr. Mina Loveday of NNPCL Upstream Investment Management Services, explained three guiding principles of accountability, documentation, and sustainability that define the success of the HCDT and urged the members to be united. Mr. Ademola Adeyemi Barrow, the Managing Director of First Exploration and Petroleum Development Company, commended the HCDT for its outstanding achievements and their focus on impactful development. Represented by Mr. Emmanuel Eteli, he also applauded the joint venture for its collaboration and assured that they will continue to work with the HCDT on initiatives that align with the priorities of the people. Earlier in his welcome address, King Moses Theophilus, the Chairman, Board of Trustees, Kefese HCDT, described the AGM as a platform for transparency, accountability, and continuous stakeholder engagement. King Theophilus noted that the HCDT has transitioned from conceptualization to full operationalization since its inauguration in September 2023. He said their intervention programs across 11 primary and 7 post-primary schools have strengthened education in addition to healthcare services. Other areas of concern are improvement of road infrastructure, health facility upgrades, and enhancement of education infrastructure across Kefese HCDT communities. Mr. Sele Epri Matthew, Secretary of the Board of Trustees of the Kefese Communities Trust, described the Trust's journey as one marked by courage, commitment, and structured learning. He noted that the Trust has continued to uphold a strong tradition of quality stakeholder engagement, and going forward, The focus will be on scaling high-impact infrastructure projects and deepening community participation to build systems and that will stand the test of time. Speaking on behalf of the traditional rulers of the host communities, His Royal Highness Pastor Livin Olabai Benye IV, the Amananowe of Furupa Kingdom, commended KEFISA and its partners for their commendable efforts in engaging and supporting the host communities. High point of the event was the presentation of awards to some stakeholders. Now you're listening to the Golden Sunrise National and World News on 97.5 Golden FM Yenagoa. Still to come, more news. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. You're still listening to the Golden Sunrise National and World News on 97.5 Golden FM. And now for the rest of the bulletin. Senator Lawrence Erujakpo, Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, has called on law faculties across the country to uphold high standards in training students to restore ethics and integrity to the legal profession. Speaking in Yenagoa, where the acting dean and senior staff of the Faculty of Law, Federal University of Otuake, visited him, Senator Erujakpo expressed concern over the declining moral values among some lawyers. He said the erosion of ethics in legal practice was diminishing public trust in the judiciary. He urged universities and law schools to focus on quality rather than the number of students admitted, stressing that producing lawyers with sound character was crucial to preserving the honor of the profession. The deputy governor also emphasized the importance of proper training and retraining to ensure that graduates reflect discipline and ethical conduct. While congratulating Dr. Michael Akatuba, the acting dean, on his appointment, Senator Erujakpo commended the university for its efforts in promoting legal education. He assured that the Bayelsa State government will continue to support the Federal University of Otuake, particularly in areas of research and infrastructure. Earlier, Dr. Akatuba appealed for the state's intervention in rehabilitating facilities at the faculty, including the e-library, water system roof repairs, and power supply, noting that most students of the institution are Bayelsa indigents. In a related development, Senator Erujakpo advised youth of Tarakiri clan in Bayelsa and Delta states to avoid violence, drug abuse, and hostility towards oil companies. He encouraged them to embrace peace, agriculture, and legitimate ventures to better their lives. He also pledged to support the new leadership of the National Association of Tarakiri Youths worldwide in drafting a constitution to guide their activities. As controversy deepens over the lawsuit filed by Senator Lawrence Erujakpo, Bayelsa State Deputy Governor, challenging moves by the State House of Assembly to impeach him, Comrade David West, the chairman of the Civil Liberties Organization in the state, has questioned the legality of the process, insisting that constitutional procedures must be strictly followed before any action is taken. Comrade David West, who spoke on Let's Talk Nigeria Golden 97.5 FM's morning program on Thursday, noted that a deputy governor can only be removed from office for valid reasons, stressing that the current move lacks clarity. And those pushing for the deputy governor's removal, the public affairs analysts allege that the pressure is coming from the executive arm of government, not from ordinary citizens. Some residents of the state who phoned into the program also expressed their thought on the matter, the recent political development in the state. As you may know, Senator Erujakpo has filed a suit at the Federal High Court in Abuja and claimed that members of the Assembly are being pressured to remove him for refusing to dump the People's Democratic Party, the platform on which he and Governor Doyedire were elected. Among other things, he asked the court to stop the Assembly from carrying out any impeachment process or recognizing anyone else as deputy governor while the case is pending. Moving on to the foreign scene, a French police chief has confirmed the arrest and suspension of 2 police officers accused of raping a young woman while she was in custody at the court near Paris. The alleged assault reportedly took place overnight from Tuesday to Wednesday in Bonigny, a town north of the French capital. Patrice Faure, Paris police chief, said in a post on X that the two officers were immediately suspended as investigations continue into the incident. That's the Golding Sunrise National and World News on 97.5 Golding FM Yenagoa. But before we go, here's a recap of our major stories. President Bola Tinubu has charged the newly decorated service chiefs to tackle security threats. Federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to completing brass gas projects in Bayelsa State. The Kafasa Host Community Development Trust in Bayelsa State has declared 15 billion naira at a maiden annual general meeting. Public Affairs Analyst David West has demanded due process in Senator Lawrence Arujakwo's impeachment saga. On the forward scene, 2 French police officers have been suspended after alleged rape. And that was the Sunrise News. For news stories, comments, and observations, please send us an email at goldingfmyenagua@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, and TikTok on 97.5 Golding FM Yenagoa. The news was edited by Judith Anake. I am Moye Steven. Good morning, and thanks for listening.
Golding FM 97.5.